Halloween Retribution has been a topic of discussion for years and years, specifically back in 2003 and 2004, and it's been many sequel ideas that never came to fruition during that time. However, Halloween Retribution had immense potential to be the ninth entry into the original run of the franchise, and it was all confirmed by Mustafa Akkad on the 25 Years of Terror DVD. Unfortunately, due to the tragic situation that happened to Mr. Akkad, the franchise decided to scrap that sequel idea. But the question is, could Halloween Retribution hold its own in the franchise in today's time? Let's have a discussion about this long-lost fan favorite sequel. Many fans around the Halloween verse have been strong advocates of Halloween Retribution. And for those Halloween fans that were on YouTube in the earlier years, probably heard of the Myers Fan 25, being the lead person making an effort and lobbying for this movie to be brought to the big screen. But with most people not liking Halloween Resurrection, how would this go over with the majority of the fan base? And the concept and story surrounding Halloween Retribution is followed. The beginning sequence was actually good, and we got several flashbacks to when Michael Myers was a kid at Smith Grove. Not only that, we get to see how Michael Myers escaped from Smith Grove in 1978. I guess it's like a behind the scene footage or written into the canon storyline. But anyway, the involvement of the longtime nurse was a good way to do a flashback scene. So this longtime nurse of Michael Myers said that she was retiring. She was basically being cocky and talking to Michael Myers and telling her that Dr. Loomis is going to do anything in his power to keep him locked up. But anyway, Michael kills her, and it shows the process of how Michael Myers escaped Smith Grove, which included him stealing that station wagon. But honestly, the involvement of the longtime nurse was a good way to do a flashback scene, and I see no problems with that. Furthermore, Freddy, aka Busta Rhymes, is introduced back into the story, and awkward enough, at a book signing for Dangertainment, John Tate and Freddy have a big dialogue back and forth, and shortly after that, Freddy discovers that Michael is back, but this time, Freddy takes the L. Then the story shifts to John Tate going to the location where the Myers house was. And the story transitions to the teenagers in Haddonfield, I guess, taking a trip to a cabin in the woods. Now, on the way to the cabin, the van breaks down that the teenagers were in, and they were forced to stay inside of the abandoned Smith Grove for shelter because it's a blizzard outside. Now, I know that's plot convenience, but I don't mind that. So, you know what happens next? Michael Myers kills some of them. And after researching about Michael, we cut back to John Tate doing all this research and everything about that, finding documents and stuff like that. And John Tate is freaking out, and he calls the police department, and he's trying to convince them that Michael might be at Smith Grove, his second home. And the police department are like, no, it's a blizzard outside, we're not going to go, it's too dangerous. And John Tate is determined, so he calls up the former sheriff. That's right, he calls up Sheriff Brackett. And Sheriff Brackett is a cool character in this movie, and I loved it. I loved that they brought him back and had him and John Tate actually interacting with each other. And that's a great moment, by the way. We have to, appreciate that. But anyway, those two are on the hunt to find these teenagers, and they're on the hunt to kill Michael Myers. And while the teenagers are hiding from Michael Myers in Smith Grove, they stumble across the old footage and documents of Michael, and they learn more about his past and their family. And I think one of the characters actually tried to cut their hair to make him look like Judith Myers, but I skimmed over that part. But anyway, Bracken and John finally arrive at Smith Grove, and they find the teenagers. Fast forward a little bit, then Brackett comes face to face with Michael, and he tries to shoot him, but the gun jams, and Michael continues to walk towards John and the other teenagers, and eventually John and Michael go at it like they did in Halloween H2O. But, Michael is almost too much for him until John hit Michael with the axe to the chest, and Michael falls down into the snow and gets covered in the snow, and eventually he falls down into the frozen lake. And that leads to everyone going down there to make sure that he's dead. But as soon as John takes lean over, Michael Myers emerges for the water and grabs him down into the water with him. But then John Tate emerges and he has the mask. And then he starts looking at the mask in his hand. And that's the end of the story. Overall, for this to be a sequel to Halloween Resurrection, I feel like this was a great sequel idea. Although it does feel like Friday the 13th in some aspects. But one thing I absolutely loved was the character of Sheriff Brackett. Same with John Tate. And I love the flashback sequences. And the chemistry between John Tate and Sheriff Brackett was great. I mean, I really want to see that on the big screen. But I know it's never going to happen. But anyway, I honestly think that this could have been a solid film. So what do you all think about this Halloween 9 Halloween Retribution script? Would you like it? Would you dislike it? Give me your thoughts on it. And what would you do to tweak the story of Halloween Retribution? And if you love Halloween discussions like this, please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification button so you can see every time I upload. As always, be safe. Peace.